everyone. Happy Thursday. Come on in. I have a bunch of new followers. So I want to officially welcome you all. Come on in. Hi, everybody. Hi. Happy Thursday. Greetings. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. So I have a lot of new followers. I have like 40,000 new followers here over like the last month. So I wanted to officially welcome you guys and introduce myself, give you an official welcome. I am honored that you are here. If you are new, just give me a heart or something. Give me some love. If you're new, if this is your first time catching my live, give me some love. I wanted to introduce myself, okay? Because I know you guys see a lot of content. I get thousands of questions. And so I kind of want to help talk about hair growth today and why your hair may not be growing, all right? So stick with me. If you got to go, I always upload the lives to my page. And so you can always go back. You always want to go back because I'm always giving some valuable information, okay? All right, so welcome in again. Greetings, peace and love. Happy Thursday. My name is Abra. My real name is Abra. I get that all the time. Yes, as in abracadabra. So it only made sense for my business to be named Abracadabra, right? So the name of my business is Abracadabra Hair and Healing. I am a licensed cosmetologist, and I retired about 4 years ago. I'm also an American medical certified trichologist. So trichologist is pretty much the study of the scalp and hair, our body, and how the decisions that we make affect our hair and our scalp, okay? I teach hair pros all over the country. As of right now, I have certified hair professionals in the United States and in Canada. And I teach them my revolutionary 6-month sew-in system as well as my hair growth methods, okay? I'm the owner of a very effective hair growth product and supplement line that's helping thousands of women everywhere in the world. So I'm very thankful for that. I have thousands of hair growth testimonies, and now that I've taught it, it's like unstoppable. It's like here to stay, okay? I'm a single mother of 3 beautiful children. I have an 18-year-old son, a 14-year-old son, and a 3-year-old daughter, okay? So I've built this business. I've lived in my car with my 2 sons. I've been on a hospital bed when they were younger, like 5 and 1, maybe about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I've been on a hospital bed in 2014. I almost lost my life trying to get here and build this business here. So I love helping women to achieve unimaginable hair growth. It's like a passion of mine. Like anything that you feel like you are incapable of doing, I want to empower you to do exactly that, okay? And I also have this divine connection to this mission of helping you heal, all right? To heal means to alleviate distress and dis-ease and pretty much become healthy again. So you may find content here that is going to address nutrition, is going to address how to alleviate stress, because all of these things play a role in your hair growth and loss, how to improve the quality of your body and how to gain vitality in your mind. There's a lot here, as well as the science of how your hair works and what it needs to achieve optimum hair and scalp functionality for hair growth, thickness, and whatever goal it is that you want, okay? So ultimately, I'm here to help you take a multi-therapeutic approach to helping you look your best and feel your best, okay? Like I'm dedicated to that, all right? So let's talk about hair growth. That was just a very quick bio, by the way. I'm actually going to make a post that's a little bit more detailed about this journey, because I think it's important for you to know who you're listening to, right? So let's talk about hair growth. So in my experience, and I have a lot of experience, I have thousands of testimonies. So I've seen I like to say I've seen it all. Although every once in a while, blue moon, something may pop up that I've never seen before, okay? Which is to be expected. But the top 4 things that is absolutely playing a role in your inability to be able to grow your hair the way that you would like or that you want, or to grow in a bald spot, or maybe some traction that you've had, or maybe to thicken up your hair. These are the 4 things, and we're going to go over it, and we're going to also talk about some solutions here. And I'm going to try not to keep you on here for too long either, okay? So if you have a question, do me a favor and put it in the question box, because as I'm talking, you guys are asking questions, I'm missing those, but I got to stay on key, got to stay on point. So I like to go to the question box so I don't miss anything. Okay. So if you have a question, make sure you put it in that question box. Okay. All right. So number 1, genetics. Genetic plays a major role. So when you hear someone, I think I just saw someone say age plays a major role. Age does play a role. It really does. Now, the great thing about my business is that we have solutions for genetics, okay? So when we say genetics, what's happening is, I need y'all to pay really close attention here, all right? Because this is actually a problem that can be solved. This is a problem that can be prevented, all right? So, I've seen it so many times, all right? So what's happening with genetics is that you have something called DHT present in your body. And so what the DHT does is block your follicle from receiving what it needs in order to have any type of cellular activity, which is going to promote growth, okay? So if it's blocked, the follicle cannot get what it needs. If the follicle is not getting what it needs, it's not going to grow. If you have hair, the follicle is going to shrink. That hair is going to shrink. We call it miniaturize, and then it's going to die, and then there's not going to be any activity. And so a lot of you guys are walking around and you're like, okay, my hair is not as thick as it used to be. Is there anybody on here that feels like, okay, my hair is nowhere near as thick as it used to be? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you feel like, okay, my hair is nowhere near as thick as it used to be. Let me see. A lot of you guys may have some follicles that are closed, that are not functioning. But we have thousands of hair on our head. So for some people, you can't really tell, really. That's why it kind of happens gradually over time. It's not something that you wake up with and say, God, my hair it's not a sudden loss. It's gradual, okay? And so when you are able to remove what we call DHT. DHT is short for dihydrotestosterone. So dihydrotestosterone is pretty much your body's sensitivity to the hormone testosterone. So again, like I said, a lot of us have that. So a lot of us are walking around and we're having a lot of shedding, and a lot of people tell you that's normal shedding, but that's more than likely it's not normal. Now you do have normal shedding because you have a lifespan. Your hair strand has a lifespan. It doesn't live forever, or it will be hanging on the floor, right? So it does have a lifespan where it comes in, it grows underneath the scalp, it penetrates the scalp, it grows out the scalp, and then it's time for it to die. For African American women, that lifespan is like 2 years. So that's why a lot of you guys say, okay, my hair gets about here or here, and then it seems like it stops. When it's really not stopping, it's starting over. But you will learn more of this. There's so much to learn about this, but I wanted to kind of graze over these things to see who resonates with these most common problems. And then we're going to talk about some solutions, okay? But the one thing you need to understand is that our products have organic DHT inhibitors in them. If you can remove what's blocking your hair, your follicle, from not getting what it needs in order to thrive, you are going to have hair growth. It is like truly, truly magical. So the first thing that you will notice, like if you're taking like our supplements, or if you're using our shampoo and our supplements have like the most DHT inhibitors. Like our shampoos, one of our shampoos have 11, the other one has 5, and the supplements have 8. So when you take in that many herbal organic DHT inhibitors, it removes the blockage, right? So now the DHT can't block the follicles. So now it can get what it needs. So the first thing you will notice is, one, you're not shedding as much hair anymore. And then you'll notice, oh my goodness, my hair seems like it's thickening up, because you're not losing it as much. The key to hair growth and thickness is preventing yourself from losing as much hair. That's why our product systems are so powerful and so effective, okay? And so that's the key here, DHT inhibitors. And not a lot of products have them in it, okay? Not a lot of products have it. And you may find something that has one organic DHT inhibitor. It's not enough. The worse or the more aggressive your genetic issue is, the more likely one is not going to work for you. Like I said, our shampoos have 8, 5, and our supplements have, our shampoo has 11, one has 5, and then the other one, the supplements have 8 DHT inhibitors. And then our other products have DHT inhibitors as well, some of our other products. But that's the key, okay? So the second most common issue, and this is what we sleep on. This is what we sleep on. I just saw somebody that says autoimmune. That's where I'm heading. We are aligned, sister, okay? Health in general. So health is going to encompass your nutrition, your deficiency, your illnesses and diseases that you have to be on medication for. A lot of these problems affect your hair growth. You got to remember that hair growth is internal. Hair growth is internal. This dead hair, when it penetrates the scalp, this is actually considered dead. There's nothing happening to this hair here. If you damage this hair, you damage this hair, okay? That's why you got to be really, really careful. All right, make sure when you guys are seeing my reels, and I'm actually giving out my Hair of Your Dreams, Hair Growth and Wellness ebook for free, limited time only, okay? But when you see those reels, make sure you comment start so you can get that for free, because I talk about a lot of these things as it pertains to your health and your nutrition, and things that you can do to have better optimum growing hair. All right. So a lot of us have illnesses like high blood pressure. Those high blood pressure medications are drying your hair out. A lot of these medications are literally drying your hair out. Some of us have thyroid issues. This single-handedly can destroy your hair. It can dry your hair out. It can make it break easy. Your hair growth is fueled by your hormones. That's why it's very important that you watch what you're eating, like incorporate fasting, all these things I talk about. You know, fasting is so important. It resets your body. It removes all those toxins and parasites and heavy metals and mucus that's clogging up every organ in your body, and ultimately affecting your hair. So that's one of the beautiful things about being here, is that when you may have a hair issue or a hair blockage, and I'm going to teach you how to remove it. I'm going to help you get to where you want to be. But I can't do that without addressing the internal part, because that is the most important piece. That's why you're going to find a lot of content on nutrition. I post a lot of meals. Those are also in the ebook. I post a lot of meals, juices, smoothies, herbs, teas. All of that plays a role. And if you feel like, I feel like one of the biggest challenges here is that, by me being an American Medical Certified Trichologist, is that a lot of you all, like the questions, that's why I'm here right now. That's why I had to jump on the live. We get a lot of questions, and a lot of you guys, it's very hard to give you an answer without gathering the data. It's like going to a doctor and saying, do I need heart surgery? Messaging the doctor, do I need heart surgery? My heart hurt. Do I need heart surgery? The doctor I don't know nothing about you to determine if you need heart surgery or not, okay? So that's my challenge here. So I'm dedicated to hopping on lives, having virtual events. You'll see that in my pinned comment here. A virtual event is coming, so make sure you put your notifications on. Our virtual events are always live. Everybody leave there. They come one way and they leave another. Like, my goal is to take you from where you are and take you to where you want to be. Not even just with your hair. A lot of us which leads me into the third issue, probably one of the biggest issues, stress. A lot of us are stressing, losing control, having anxiety, depressed. All of these things are affecting your hair. One simple thought that sparks some type of stressful emotion will send a signal, a hormone, to your follicle and tell it to stop growing. Just like that. I mean, literally just like that. You guys know how many people, patients, customers I've seen lose 85% of their hair because their husband cheated? 85%. And I've known these people for years, and they had beautiful hair like me. So it can happen to anybody. Lose your hair just like that. I've seen it so much. And so a lot of us are stressing out of control. And you got to remember that the quality of your life is found in your meaning, of life. Like, you define your life. Your world is in your head, okay? And your emotions fuel that. And so if something is not happening the way you like it, you got to go back and you got to look at your definition of it, all right? This get real deep here. Some of y'all not ready. Some of y'all not ready. So on our virtual events, and I'm even launching my subscription, some of y'all are not ready. But some of y'all are. And that's why I'm here. Because we gotta shift our focus. We're focused on the wrong things. And we're causing sickness in our body. We're causing hair loss. We're causing a lot of problems for us that we can avoid. Life don't have to be that complicated. You know, we're too focused on what we don't have, what we're lacking in. When there's people out here that don't have legs. People out here don't have homes, don't have cars, don't have jobs, don't have money, don't have family, don't have their sanity, don't have food, don't have love. You know, and I can almost bet a lot of us have those things, you know. So stress is a really, really big thing. And what I have found is in our product systems, our product systems are going to help you. It's going to help you fight that war against stress, against nutrition, against genetics, all of those things. But at some point, you can't be codependent. Codependency ain't never been healthy. So you can't be codependent on that. And you want to make the war easier. You don't want to be going against your investment. So that's why I talk about all of these lifestyle things, because you're going to have to make some changes if you want better, if you want more peace, if you want more joy, if you want more excitement and fun in life. You know what I mean? You're going to have to make some decisions, some choices. And that's really all it is just a choice. Okay? We make life complicated. It don't have to be that complicated. Okay? So I'm kind of here to help you navigate that. And so a lot of the people that leave our virtual events feel renewed. Okay? So the fourth reason, because there's four, the fourth top reason why we are not getting the hair growth that we want, or we are experiencing hair loss, is because of our external patterns, habits, and routines when it comes to our hair. A lot of us are damaging our own hair. Like some things that you may not be in control of necessarily with the onset of it, but some things we are responsible for, like using harsh ingredients, like shampoo, like using one shampoo with a harsh ingredient in it could weaken the integrity of your follicle. And once that is weakened, you start losing hair. That's why I say, don't let people tell you, oh, that's natural shedding. Don't let people tell you that. You need to question everything people tell you. Don't let people tell you that. That's not always true. Okay? Because if you had a better nutrition, if your stress levels were really low, if you knew how to process information in a way that better served you, like focus on the lesson in the problems that you're having, focus on the lesson of it so you can grow instead of focusing on the pain and creating your own suffering in a space of just feeling stuck, right? You'll keep a lot more hair. You'll keep a lot more hair, okay? So, we're doing braids. We're not, a lot of us do protective styles. And I think I just posted a reel about this the other day. A lot of us are doing protective styles, braids or crochets, locks and things like that. And we do nothing to our scalp for 2 to 3 months. Nothing. It's dangerous because you got your sweat, your oil, the product that was put on your hair. When we get those braids, all that gook and edge control clog up the follicles from day one, right? And so then you got debris. Debris from the air and the atmosphere can single-handedly inflame your scalp, okay? So it's about just reducing inflammation as much as possible and empowering yourself and learning as much as possible so you can break these habits, okay? So with that said, these are a lot of things that we're going to be talking about on my subscription when I launch it soon. It's a lot of things that's going to be going on in that subscription. If you've been in my stories, if you've been in my stories, you kind of got an idea, okay? But our virtual event, a lot of these things we break down. So to try to get you going, because if you do nothing, you gain nothing. I want to just kind of introduce a few of our products, right, that I think you should consider that will help you fight the war against genetics. Remember, we talked about DHT inhibitors. We have organic DHT inhibitors in our products. And also to fight against deficiencies. I just posted something about iron the other day. If you have a sudden drop in iron or zinc, you can lose 10 to 15% of your hair just from that. Right? So our products are going to help you fight the war on these main issues and main common problems that's causing hair loss or delaying your hair growth, right? But it's up to you to kind of learn and empower yourself to make better decisions that's going to serve you overall, okay? So we have shampoos and conditioners. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten a chance to look at our site, but we have shampoos and conditioners. Both have DHT inhibitors in there and a lot of other great benefits. Plant extracts, essential oils, no harsh ingredients, okay? So no sulfates, no parabens, no DEA. It truly does serve you. So we have 2 lines of our shampoo conditioners. Supplements are our top seller. So this is our herbal shampoo and our herbal conditioner. We do have a gentle cleanser, and also a strengthening treatment. So depending on what it is that you need, it really just depends. It's just about making the right choice for you, but you really can't go wrong with anything, really, okay? Our supplements are one of our biggest seller. One of the thing that separates, because a lot of you guys are doing hair vitamins, right? So let me tell you the difference. Hair vitamins are cool if you just have deficiency, right? But a lot of us are not doing what we're supposed to do with our health. Come on now. A lot of us are not doing what we're supposed to do. So, yeah, you can have a deficiency, but the choices that you are making with your food can also be causing DHT in your body because it's messing with your hormones. So if you got DHT present in your body and that's blocking your follicle from receiving what it needs, regular hair, skin, and nail vitamins are not going to help you. A lot of those also have high, you got to really watch out for high, biotin. There's a lot that has like 5,000, 10,000 micrograms of biotin. You don't need that much biotin. That's why a lot of you guys complain. We always get, is there biotin in your supplements? Yes, 300 micrograms. which is more than what you need. But so you certainly don't need 5,000 micrograms or 10,000 micrograms. I think there was a little trend where people who don't know anything about hair are creating vitamins and using this 5,000 micrograms or 10,000 micrograms of biotin, and that's actually unhealthy. It's actually can kind of be dangerous a little bit, because if you go to a doctor and you get some type of medical test, it can run into, like, it can make your body seem as if something is going on when it really is not. So you can get misdiagnosed when you have too much biotin. And biotin doesn't stay in the body. So you need biotin every day. You need biotin every day. You can get biotin through your food, through like sweet potatoes, pumpkin seeds, things like that. But you got to be making sure that you're eating things with biotin every day. Because if you're not eating things with biotin every day, it doesn't stay in the body. And your body actually doesn't even create it. And it doesn't stay. So that's why supplements are really important. And so we have biotin in here, but it's not an excessive amount of biotin. All right. You got zinc. And also, so we got the 8 organic DHT inhibitors, green tea extract, saw palmetto berry extract, slippery elm inner bark, just to kind of name a few. But you're not going to find supplements with that in there, which is mind blowing, because that is really the key. Like, the key to hair growth and thickness is not losing it. So if you are having a issue with losing too much hair, the organic DHT inhibitors are going to help reverse that and solve that. Then your hair becomes thicker, and then you're able to retain the length. So I don't know why it wouldn't be. Well, it is expensive. It's very expensive. Very, very expensive to put organic DHT inhibitors in your products. Okay, very. So I can see why, but that's very important. So you're going to get the vitamins and the minerals that you need for optimal hair growth. That's a given. You're going to get the organic DHT inhibitors in the supplements. That's a given. That's going to help you. Check out our reviews. And then you're also, here we go. You're also going to get marine growth complex. So marine growth complex is pulled from omega-3 fatty acid, or it's pulled from shellfish. If you're allergic to shellfish, we actually do have a vegetarian version of our supplements with no shellfish. So no worries there. And it still works because it has organic DHT inhibitors in them. But the marine growth complex actually regulates how fast your hair grows. So whatever rate in which your hair can reach its max, it's not going to take your body out of its natural rates. But a lot of us aren't operating at our natural rate, because we're stressing, our nutrition, our health, the medications, genetic issues, all these issues. So it's really not operating at its optimum rate. Okay, so our supplements are omega-3 and 6 fatty acids pulled from shellfish, and it actually does two things. It regulates how fast your hair grows. So you have something underneath your scalp called the bulge, and it like rejuvenates all those cells in the bulge. And that's actually what regulates your hair, how fast it grows. So it's actually going to make your hair grow faster. And then it's also, a lot of us have underactive sebaceous glands. So sebaceous glands is a gland underneath your scalp that in your skin that makes your skin oily or makes your hair oily. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of our hair gets really oily. Some of our hair is too dry. So some of us have underactive sebaceous glands. So this is going to position your body to where it is functioning at a much higher rate. Like, it's going to help your body produce what your body needs, if that makes sense to you guys. Okay. So the supplements are like if you do nothing, if you do absolutely nothing, look into our 30-day supplement. Because for someone we do 90-day because if you have hair loss, it takes about 2 months for you to probably notice the difference in like bald spots, because you got to think, we have to spark up some activity first. Then your follicle body has to create a hair strand. Then it has to grow underneath the scalp. Then it grows outside of the scalp. That's a process. That's not an overnight process. So if you have hair loss, like actual hair loss, or if you feel like your hair is not as thin as it used to be, I'm going to recommend the 90-day supplements for sure. Because one, is a better value. You get 3 of these for the cost of 2. So you get 1 free 30-day in here because this is 90 days, but you're only paying for 2 supplements. And I don't know when that's going to change, okay? So you want to definitely make sure you take advantage of that because in 90 days, your hair can transform massively, okay? So if you feel like your hair is thin, if it's bald, if you feel like it's not as thick as it used to be, if it's shedding a lot, and you know that your internal environment is not the best because of the decisions, that you're making with food, like we all do, right? Or stress, you want to get supplements because you need some internal support for sure, okay? We have a detox here. So I mentioned earlier that a lot of us are going without shampooing our scalps when we have protective styles. Dangerous, 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 okay? So if you are one of those ones that do that, follicle detox may be really advantageous for you. I actually just did a video on follicle detox too. So once we hop off the live, just go to my reels. It's very recent. I think I posted it yesterday. It's very recent. You want to take a look at that because this is saving people's lives. I mean, literally, people are crazy. This is another really good top seller here, this detox, because it's going to like crystal clear out your follicles without you having to shampoo it. And a little goes a long way. Like a lot of us, some of us, open it all the way. You don't have to open it all the way. It don't have to be pouring out. You just want it to drip out. A little goes a long way, okay? So this is really important. This is really saving a lot of women who have been wearing protective styles, and when they took it out, they're losing so much hair. And so we get so many like feedback and success stories on, man, this has really changed my life. Now, obviously I'm introducing some things, but a lot of we like to pair a lot of our things together so that it can work harmoniously together to help you achieve your results. So for example, with that follicle detox, when you have a protective style, like you use the follicle detox on your scalp maybe once a week, right? And then you will use, dang it, I don't have that, a water mister, and you'll drop our moisture, hair growth moisture retention oil into the water mister. We call this the anti-breakage kit. We have an anti-breakage kit for protective styles and braids, okay? And so you drop a nice amount of this oil in that water bottle and you just kind of mist your braids. You can do it daily. You can do it every 2 or 3 days. Pretty much up to you. But you don't want to go the whole time without putting water on some type of water on your hair, because water is where you get your moisture from. And so you're wearing braids, and this chemical made product material is being wrapped around your hair, so it's sucking the life out of it. So you got to put life back into it, okay? And so you'll do that, and then when you remove the protective style, you use Alakazam, detangling, anti-breakage detangling potion. This is actually what we use to remove 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, even 11 to 12 months sew-in sometimes. You never know. Sometimes we have people out of the country that fly in here to get their 6 month sewing system. Sometimes I could think of a handful of women who were actually sick and was stuck in the hospital for months with their 6 month sewing system. And this has removed everybody's sewing that has had it up for unimaginable amount of time, and they retained all of their hair from the rooter to the tutor. Okay, this here, when I take my braids out, in fact, I actually just use this. I'm gonna post it. My hair has not been blow dried in a very long time. There's been a lot going on. I've been moving. I've been releasing a lot. There's a big change coming up and a big announcement. That's actually what's motivating me to kind of start that subscription. But I actually just used this on my hair. It was so tangly. I had been wearing it in a bun, and I have to put this on my hair because you're ripping it's tangled, it's natural, it's curly, it's wrapped around each other. I put this on my hair and I let it emulsify it, and I let it just pre-treat and soften up the hair, and then I start separating the hair, and that actually retains a lot of your hair instead of it breaking off. I did a video with braids on how to properly remove braids, so go back and take a look at that as well too. I post a lot of content. Like I post a lot of content. Okay. So even though I probably don't have answers to every single question up there, but the basic ones, you can almost bet that you can find a reel or a post or something that will help navigate you through that process. As always, you can always schedule a hair growth and wellness consultation, or just a hair growth consultation or hair loss consultation. You can always come to our virtual events, put your notifications on, make sure you subscribe, things like that. And we really do try to help you kind of have a breakthrough with whatever challenges is that you're going through. Okay. We have oils. We have oils for the scalp. We have oils for the hair that can also be used for the scalp. So we have oil droppers. And we have a couple other aggressive, we have one more aggressive hair growth solution for aggressive hair loss. Okay. So yeah, we got a lot of solutions. I'm here to help you. If you ever have any questions, feel free to message us. When you message us, you automatically get like a reply that always has our email in it. We get thousands of like I'm telling you now, and it's really hard to keep up with. I don't even think it's possible to keep up with all the questions. This is why I hop on my lives. This is why it's important to put your notifications on. There's a little bell at the top of my page, and if you click that bell, it will notify you every time I do a reel, every time I do a post. You don't want to miss anything that's happening here. Okay, so let me go ahead and answer some questions here. Help, my hairline is abandoning my forehead. How can I regrow it? So this is what I mean when I say, some challenges here, because and that's why the subscription is going to be important, because I'm going to be doing frequently asked questions, consultation style. So I'll be bringing you guys on. We'll be going back and forth, and whoever else is watching, a lot of us are having the same problem. So whoever is watching, instead of paying me $500 for a consultation, you get to join the subscription for $9.99 and get all your questions answered, and a lot more information that you want to learn about fasting. You guys may or may not know I'm a plant-based eater, so a lot of us want to go plant-based, but we don't know how to do that. A lot of you guys know I grow my own food, or you may not know that I grow my own food, so I get questions on how do we do that. A lot of you guys may or may not know I'm a frequent faster. I believe fasting can heal everything, and this is actually proven. I'm a breath work coach. Your breath is energy. I can control whatever going on in my life and how I perceive information, how I handle, how it is showing up in my body simply by breathing. Okay, so to answer your question, a lot of times when it's front hairline, you got to ask yourself two things. Is it traction alopecia? Traction means it was pulled out. But here's the thing with traction alopecia, it's never just one thing, because if you pull it out, why wouldn't it grow back? So either you have some other underlying issues going on, maybe genetic, female, what they call a female pattern baldness, because that's kind of starts in the front, or male pattern baldness that kind of starts in the front. Or you have some permanent damage. Now, I don't like, and permanent damage is technically called scarring. Some of you guys may or may not have heard of something called CCCA. CCCA. It is a form of scarring alopecia or permanent damage. Alopecia just means hair loss or permanent damage. And a lot of Black women experience that. CCCA is permanent damage. And nothing can help scarring alopecia once it's scarred. That's why I just be wanting you guys to really listen and pay attention and apply the things that you learn in your life, because it's not just about helping you when you are in need or when you have chaos and a problem. It's also about taking preventative measures also. Okay. So, but what I would like to say is with scarring alopecia, just because you have scarring alopecia doesn't mean the entire area is scarred. So always keep that in mind. So I've seen some of our customers who doctors said their hair would never grow in, who they've been missing hair for years, 20 years, 10 years, and they use our product systems and their hair grew in. Now, it may not have grown in 100%. It may not have grown in 80%. Some grow in 30%, some grow in 50%, some grow in 75%. But the fact of the matter is, it grew in. So you always got to ask yourself, do I want something or do I want nothing? And so, because it's not going to get any better. So it's like if you do nothing, you gain nothing. So it's like you have to do something, right? And so depending on what it is, I would recommend, obviously using our system, using our products. It would either be, we have so many. It's really hard to say when I don't know exactly what it is. If it's a genetic issue, if it's an aggressive genetic issue and it's slick bald, and you really want something to come in fast, I'm going to recommend our Growth Therapy Scalp Solution Plus, our Growth Therapy Plus Scalp Solution. So the thing with the Growth Therapy Plus Scalp Solution is that's the only line. So that is included in our advanced system. So if you're experiencing any type of hair loss, I'm always going to recommend like our advanced system. If you've been experiencing it for a very long time and you want something to come in, you want to know and see that this is possible to come in, I'm always going to recommend our advanced system. And our advanced system has one product that is our only product that has a very small amount of pharmaceutical in it. So that pharmaceutical is called minoxidil. So some of you guys may have heard of minoxidil. Minoxidil opens up the follicle. It opens up the follicle so more blood flow that's carrying oxygen, nutrient, vitamins to the follicle can come in, right? So the difference between our product and other minoxidil on the market is that we have organic DHT inhibitors in them, and we also have aloe vera and vitamin E. So it does not irritate the scalp in most cases. Have we had someone who pH balance may have been off and they couldn't handle it? It may have been too strong. Maybe a few, not many at all, but most people can handle it. And so if that is the case, then we tell them to go down to the natural growth therapy, which is like a gel-like solution for anyone who's struggling with like aggressive hair loss. So this is beautiful here because this has organic DHT inhibitors in them. It has B vitamins in them. And it also has cysteine in it. So our hair is made of cysteine. With cysteine is a protein. So a lot of the time when you're struggling with your edges, the edges are a very vulnerable place because you're sleeping. You sleep on them 8 hours a day. Every day. You're sleeping on them, right? So some people say, oh, it comes in, then it disappears again. It comes in, then it disappears. That's because it doesn't have enough cysteine. It doesn't have enough protein. So that's why this was created. So that it imitates what your body is already producing, the cysteine. That way, when it penetrates the scalp, it's ready for the world, right? Some of your hair growing in around your edges, and it ain't really ready for the world like that. So that's why it's easy for it to kind of disappear, okay? So hopefully that answered that question a little bit. I will also look into our supplements. So I'm always going to recommend like a multi-therapeutic approach, something that's going to help you internally, something that's going to help you externally. That's why we have a lot of our systems, because sometimes you guys have a bald spot or you don't have any hair around your edges and you use something and you only use it for 1 month. But if you don't have any edges and you don't have any activity there, hair has to grow underneath the scalp before it penetrates the scalp. So just because it doesn't seem like it's working doesn't mean it's not working. You have to give it time. And so that's why a lot of our systems are designed for like 90 days. You got to be committed. I'm telling you, you got to be committed. If our product system won't help you, ain't no product gonna help you. I'm just going to be honest with you, because we put it all in there. Okay. So, and I want to remind you guys also that our products are designed for hair growth, okay? We don't have styling gels, styling mousses, edge control. It's not hair care is really important. There's a million hair care companies out there, a million, some which you hate, some which you really, really love. And that's okay to mix those in. If you like a conditioner, it's okay to mix that conditioner in with our conditioner. Just don't put it on your scalp. Just don't put it on your scalp, okay? So hopefully they answer your question. What are your views on using minoxidil on thinning hair? I just brought that up. Minoxidil. Here's something very important for you to know. This is something very important for you to know about minoxidil. Like I already said, I told you guys, our minoxidil product is way different than like a Rogaine or something like that. Rogaine just put minoxidil in their product, okay? Minoxidil could kind of, it can irritate the scalp. A lot of people complain about Rogaine irritating the scalp. And if the scalp is irritated, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose. Because if it's irritated, it will get inflamed. If it's inflamed, it's going to weaken the integrity of the follicle. And then it's going to be more likely that their hair strand comes out. It's counterproductive, okay? This is why we put aloe vera and vitamin E, both which counter the effects of that. So aloe vera is a healing plant. It's going to reduce inflammation. Vitamin E is going to soothe the scalp. We're very big on healing here, okay? So, like I said, 99.5% of people don't have problems with our minoxidil. It doesn't irritate the scalp because of those two ingredients, okay? But I will say this. Please note this. Please note this. If you don't know anything else and you're thinking about doing a minoxidil, we like to, if you start out with minoxidil, we like to look at minoxidil as something that you start out with. So if you go for aggressive hair loss, we will usually say, okay, if using all of this entire system doesn't grow your hair back in a year, you probably got some permanent damage somewhere. That's not likely. Everybody that use our products have some type of results. Now, how much result, it depends on the situation. Everybody is so different and everybody is experiencing different things, okay? But if you do use minoxidil, don't abruptly stop minoxidil. You're not supposed to abruptly stop minoxidil. And this is for your husbands, your boyfriends, your cousins, your dads, your uncles, your brothers too, all right? They need love and help too, okay? Men are actually the easiest to heal. Like our men customers growing hair so fast. I'm talking about so fast. That's more than likely because they already have short hair and all they got to do is get to the penetration part and boom, it's a big difference. With us, a lot of times we have a bald spot here or a spot here that's gone or our edges are gone. And then we have, thicker, longer hair. And so we're wanting that to match up with the hair that we have. And so it seems like a longer committed process, okay? So it's a little harder for women. Not unfeasible, but it just takes a little bit more time, I would say. Not necessarily hard, it just takes a little bit more time, okay? So with minoxidil is absolutely going to get their hair to come in. Because especially if you're using our system, it has so many good benefits in it. And all those benefits are flowing in your blood, especially if you're on those supplements, flowing in your blood. So you got the oxygen and the minerals, the vitamins, all the nutrients. So what's happening is it's opening up your follicles so your hair can get more of that. A lot of our follicles, our vessels, our arteries are restricted because of stress, because of nutrition. You see where I'm going with this? You see why all of this stuff plays a role. It's all tied. So I can't talk to you about hair growth and you sustaining that without talking to you about, okay, what you're stressing about over there. Okay, what you're eating over there. This is why I post. This is why you see all of the content that you see here, because I want you to be able to get the hair that you desire, but I also want you to be able to sustain it. All right. And I want you to feel good too. Who don't want to feel good and look good, right? So you want your peace, you want your joy, you want to have fun, you want to feel healthy, you want to feel youthful as much as possible. That fasting will get you together, okay? That fasting will get you together, but that's another live, okay? Or that's in my subscription or on my virtual event, so put your notifications on. So with that minoxidil, Okay, you don't want to abruptly, I digress a lot, but I really back in, y'all. I really back in because there's just so much to talk about, okay? So with the minoxidil, it's gonna open up your follicles, and it's gonna open up your vessels to allow more blood to go in and oxygen, nutrients to go into the follicle. So obviously you're gonna have hair growth. But if you abruptly stop it, guess what happens? It shrinks. You don't want to do that, especially after using it every day. So a lot of times with minoxidil, I would say use minoxidil as long as you want, right? Ours, not everybody else's, because that could be counterproductive. If you use it for a year, using it for about a year will kind of show you, okay, this is the best it's gonna get, right? So then it's about maintaining that, right? So if you're using it every day, then I would go down to like 4 days a week instead of 7 days a week. And then I would go down to 2 days a week. And then I would go down to 1 day a week, all right? But you gotta keep this in mind. If you have a genetic issue, and nothing has changed in your body, you're gonna go back to the same problems. All right. This is why it's important for you to empower yourself and make changes in your life that's going to really serve you long term, not just your hair, but also your body. Okay. So, what are my views on using minoxidil on thinning hair? I would say minoxidil, I would go for minoxidil more if you're bald. If you have aggressive hair loss. If you're thinning, I think that you can get away with using our shampoo, our growth support, like gentle cleanser that has 11 DHT inhibitors in them. Like if you're really, really thin, you want to use our gentle cleanser, okay? And then our conditioner and supplements. You know what I mean? Like you can get away with those things because those things are going to thicken up your hair if thickening is an issue, okay? Please talk about seborrheic dermatitis, specifically intense itching without the dandruff. Ooh, baby. Seborrheic dermatitis is it's a scalp issue. It's a scalp malfunction. And a lot of times seborrheic dermatitis is brought about, it's an internal thing. It's an internal thing, and external things make it worse. So when you have seborrheic dermatitis, you got two focuses. You have an internal issue and you have an external issue. So the easiest thing is to watch out for the external things that you're doing. You don't want to be using products with harsh ingredients in them. That's a big no-no. These harsh ingredients are not only causing like long-term scalp and hair effects, hair loss, scalp issues, but they're also causing permanent health damage. People are having to take out their ovaries and can't have kids. And these products are playing a major role in this. So you got to watch out, okay? So you can't be using products with harsh ingredients in them. You can't be clogging up your follicles. You got to have a very strict shampoo and conditioning regimen. You can't be going 4 weeks, 3 weeks without shampooing your scalp, okay? Internally, a lot of the things, so when we talk about like nutrition and stuff, like if you have like a serious issue, I'm always going to recommend fasting. Even if it's a 13 to 15 hour fast, most of that is throughout you sleep 8 hours. So that's something that you can really conquer, because if you can do that, you're going to produce growth hormones. Growth hormones is hormones that were at its prime when we were younger, and it really helped to help us become an adult. But when we become an adult, those start to die off. They're not as present as they used to be. That's why skin start looking old, hair start coming out, body start falling apart, because you ain't got no more growth hormones. So a 13, 15 hour fast, if you take your last meal at 8 p.m., you do your, and you don't eat until, 8 p.m., 8 a.m., 9, 10, 12, 13. So between 9 and 11. If you can even go to 11 a.m. without eating solid foods, really just drinking water, If you can get into a habit of that, that will completely reset. That will give you a really nice, good reset on your growth hormones. You need those growth hormones to fight off what the effects are, what effects are coming from the seborrheic dermatitis. So other than that, you got to watch your dairy, you got to watch your processed foods, your sugars. Seborrheic dermatitis is brought about from inflammation. Seborrheic dermatitis is an inflammation issue. It's your body saying, please help. We need a break, okay? And when you have inflammation issues, that actually starts affecting your actual hair, okay? So dairy, meat, processed foods, and pasta. You gotta watch those. And it's not just about eliminating, it's about putting live foods in your body as well. If you want your hair and your scalp to get its life, you got to put live foods in your body. Okay? You can't put dead food in your body and expect for your hair to flourish and your skin to flourish and your body to flourish and your scalp to flourish. Okay? So a lot of fruit. You got to stay hydrated. H2O3 is even more hydrating than H2O. H2O3 is like fruit water from cucumbers, from apples, from grapes, all those like cantaloupe, watermelon. Those have a lot of H2O3. It's more hydrating because it takes your body longer to digest it. So it stays in your body longer. Okay, that makes sense. So there's a lot to talk about here. This is why you gotta come to the virtual event, okay? And I'm gonna be hopping back on live. We're gonna start dissecting each of these topics, but on the virtual event, we're gonna dive a little deeper. In the subscription, we're gonna dive a lot deeper, okay? Somebody asked, how much is the sewing, the 6-month sewing? So this is a really great question, because so someone asked too, where am I located? I'm actually located in St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm retired, so you guys probably missed the beginning where I introduced myself. I've been a hair professional for 14 years, but I've been retired for 4 of those years. And I teach other hair professionals in the country and in Canada and really all over the world, honestly, but the ones who are certified are in the United States and in Canada. And so we have a list of those. So if you message us, DM us, we'll automatically send you a reply with that link to the Find Your Technician page, okay? But the prices are going to be different, okay? So these are hair pros who own their own businesses. I do not control their businesses. I do not control their environments. You know, I don't control anything. I just teach them my hair growth methods and solutions. And because I want to help all of you guys, I connect you guys to them. That is my role. And it's been one of the biggest challenges trying to navigate that, because I'm a pioneer, so there's no roadmap for that. Nobody's doing this. Nobody is teaching something and then sending thousands of people to the students that they're teaching, right? And so we got to have some type of policies and systems, and it's not really technically a business. So, but I would like to say that they have been doing an amazing job. All of the certified technicians have been producing their own hair growth testimonies. I get so many compliments and success stories and great feedback, and it's great. Okay, so all you gotta do is message us and we'll automatically send you that link. Okay. How many times did I do the sewing? Well, I created it, so okay, let me just say this. So I'm on a time limit, so I gotta get off of here. I got 1 minute and 15 seconds left. So I had very short hair. I had a mohawk back in 2014. I decided to start growing it out in 2016. So I've done a sewing practically once a year for 6 months since then. All right. My hair grew out about 28 inches, but of course I cut it. I keep cutting it. I just cut it not too long ago. So right now it's about 22, 23 inches. Okay. It's been a very, very long journey. My hair has never been this long. So to create something and that a lot of women are benefiting from, but to also experience myself has been just a great pleasure. Okay. So thank you guys for joining my live. They are kicking me off. I got 30 seconds left. Don't forget to put your notifications on, that little bell at the top of my page. Click on that so that you'll know when we're launching our subscription. You will know when we're launching our virtual event. That is something that you absolutely want to come to, because it's going to be a much lower fee than, not that I don't want you to come see me personally, but you know, 500 versus $19.99 or $9.99, and you get all your questions answers. That's what you want. So peace, love, and blessings.